Your Hollywood system stole our sex and co-opted our violence, so there's nothing left for our kinds of movies.
I did not hit her. It's not true.
Klopex? Klopex.
Klopex. Up yours, baby.
Me and Bubba, my little brother, listen to you every night.
Where in the hell are we?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Cult Film and Review. I am your host, Cody Everett. This week we are doing the cult classic from 1984, The Night of the Comet. It's 1,000,000 degrees in this room. Let's just start the show. Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode. Like I said earlier, we're doing the Night of the Comet. I'm going to talk about my week real quick. It's really hot my week because the air's not working in the studio right now, and it's about 130 degrees in here. So if you hear a fan running, it's because I don't want my balls to stick to the leather seat I'm sitting on.
There's going to be a lot of ball stretching on this episode. You're going to have to really spread those legs out.
Really regretting wearing pants. Like, I wish I had.
Your balls are going to smell
that?
like
really
a fucking
flowy
sewer rat at the end of the
I would have wore swim
God.
trunks if I knew I was going to be swimming in my own sweat.
Yep.
Just
That
saying.
and another update for all the cult film crew out there. We all quit smoking, so pretty much we're all kind of angry and hot at the same time.
It's the best possible situation we
It's a
could be
great
in.
combination.
So I'm glad you're with us this week to enjoy our personality.
Just be glad you can't smell it.
Smell what?
The room.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We'll get used to it in a
It's
while.
very
already used to
salty.
it.
It's salty in here.
It's very briny.
muggy
It's very
and
briny in
salty.
this room.
It's kind of like if the ocean was a swamp.
It's like if an ocean
was a swamp.
beer and like tortilla chips.
It's
Why the fuck does it
It's
smell like
Rocky Point
tortilla
after
chips?
spring break smell. That's what it is.
So how was everybody else's week?
Mine was pretty awesome. I got to celebrate my girlfriend's birthday by going up north and staying in a haunted hotel. Turns out we actually did get a haunted room.
Did you have a haunting experience? Or I'm sorry, no. Can I rephrase that? Did you have a haunting good time?
I had a haunting
Yes.
great time, but did not experience any paranormal activity whatsoever. Thank God.
Well, you got to pay for.
I
like,
don't
a week.
want to. I don't want to experience that. But when I arrived, I found out that my room 210.
Why get the room?
Why are
What?
you in a haunted hotel?
Because it's my girlfriend's birthday, and I took her up there to enjoy a haunted hotel.
Was she into the
Yes.
haunted hotel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How'd she look? Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Loved
Oh
her.
my God,
Yeah.
these ghost puns are gonna get
Ghost-
the best of us.
Ghost love.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we got a haunted room. I'm glad I didn't experience anything. The next night we went to a cabin.
Was there a lot of other boys and ghouls up there, or was there?
Yeah, there
like,
sure was. Yeah.
Oh my God!
In the bar, they all did the Monster Mash. It was quite appropriate. But anyways,
My
so yeah.
God.
Then I-
so
Did you do a lot of drinking?
When I got home, I slept for 15 hours straight.
Did you do a lot of drinking while you were on there?
I wouldn't say a lot, no.
What did you do? Beers or spirits?
Spirits. Spirits.
They did spirit.
He was just waiting for that one.
That was a good setup, though.
So I had an
Set him up
awesome week.
nice.
It was awesome.
Anybody else?
How do you follow that?
Yeah.
How do you follow that with your
Mike,
You
what'd
guys,
you do
what?
with-
You guys didn't do shit
Mike,
at all?
what'd you do with your
Except
week?
sit around and be pissed?
I'll tell you, I did not go to a haunted hotel at all.
That's because Chris didn't invite anyone, but that's okay. We're
No, that's
moving
all
on.
right.
Although I think a ghost might have broke this fucking air conditioning.
Yeah, the ghost of Bill's past.
He probably brought it with him. That's what probably happened. You know, the air conditioning was working just fine until Chris got
That
here.
was so good. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Never mind. You can re-listen to the show and then you can hear
There you
what I
go.
said.
Figure it out.
A little mystery.
All right, guys. So we're here to talk about Night of the Comet. It was made in 1984 for $3 million. I'd have to say, man, $3 million well spent. I think that
They stretched it.
they did. They stretched the hell, dude. So many trick shots in this to make things look like the city look empty. Okay, so just to go over it, basically what it is there's a comet coming. It's an evil comet.
I think it's just a comment. I don't think
Yeah,
it has. I don't think it. I don't think
it's
it
evil.
has like.
Yeah,
Does it have a disposition?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't
I
have
don't
a
think
plan.
it's sentient.
Right in the beginning, in the beginning of the film, it's talking about how evil the comet is. Right?
No, it's just
No.
saying this. Comet, which
This
is on a
spectacle,
long
yeah.
orbit, is now passing over Earth after how many
65 million years
Yeah.
after the dinosaurs have been extinct. So that's what it's saying that this
Yeah.
thing killed the dinosaurs.
All right.
But anyways, so this comet comes by. It's all flashy, and it turns people into dust, and it turns other people into the zombies. So
Like, depending on how much you were infected.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Exposed.
And then it goes from there.
And we follow, what's her name? Reggie?
Regina, I
Regina.
think.
It's Regina.
Reggie and
Samantha.
Sam. Yeah.
Yep.
Reggie
See, I'm
and
getting
Sam.
all the
They're
names
sissy.
right this time.
See, they're
Fuck
sissies.
that.
They're sisters.
They're sisters. They're sisters.
And then
They're sisters.
And then what's his name from
Hector.
Star Trek Voyager?
Oh, is that not Hector?
That is Hector.
Hector?
Yeah, he was the.
Oh, he was what's his name?
starts with a T. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know,
not gonna
though.
figure it out though. 'Cause
Nope.
Nobody remembers that one.
Nope.
Hey, I studied Night of the Comet. I did not study Star Trek for this show.
No, it's
So-
not just Star
It
Trek.
wasn't
It's
required.
Voyager. It's Voyager.
Hopefully we
It's
never do
terrible.
any Star Trek on the show.
I didn't mind. Voyager.
So let's talk about the story, because I really enjoy this story. It's very simple. I thought genius. That's what I thought. I really did, because it's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer for zombies, in a way.
Or like Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I kept thinking the whole time.
Samantha's more like the Buffy type character, the sister, the younger sister, in the cheerleading outfit the whole time. I thought was awesome. I love that outfit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like that's basically what I would describe this movie as.
I think it's a great choice. I think you nailed it on that one. And if anybody's interested in watching the movie, that's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, and it's a easy story to tell, and it's a good story. And it's funny, man. This movie's funny. But do you think that's what makes it a cult film, or do you think what makes it a cult film is what makes this movie a cult film? Also, because that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Because I just think it's a good movie. I don't know what necessarily makes this a cult film compared to other movies.
Anybody know how much money it actually made?
Yeah, it made a lot. It made like $14 million with a
Really?
$3 million budget.
Wow.
there it is.
I did not find out that
did
piece
fantastic.
of information. I think what makes it a cult film is just it's offbeat like sensibility. You know, it's kind of like it's so funny that I feel like you guys are like ranting and raving about this one, but like I got a very Repo Man vibe out of this movie as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in
didn't
what
know.
way?
I liked Repo Man, so
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, I feel like I do not find this movie. I don't know why it's a cult film because I don't think it should be.
I kind of want you to explain the Repo Man thing. Like, what do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
are you talking about mood?
I'm talking about era and like style of filmmaking,
Okay.
and like lighting in general and cinematography and like just the look and feel of the film. But I think this film was done shittier.
Oh, I disagree so hard. But like, not that I don't like. I think I was like one of the only people that liked Repo Man besides you.
Yeah.
No, I liked Repo Man.
I don't know. I didn't. I
hated
didn't see very much.
But I could-
reason
I
for this to
see
be a
where
cult
you-
film.
I don't see I don't see the connection you're saying Repo Man. Like if you're saying just Repo Man because of the way it's shot and the style, like you can say the same thing about a lot of movies from the 80s. Don't call out it's like this film if there's no story or elements in terms
The problem
of
with this
the-
film is I guess it's a personal thing, but I didn't find the story interesting and I didn't really follow it very easily.
there's not much to the story.
There's not much to the story. That's why I think it's so good. It's simple. There's literally a comet that comes and turns some people into zombies based on how much they're exposed, and it turns other people into dust. And there was geniuses who saw this comet coming, so they all went into a hiding, and they were idiots and left the vents open. They got contaminated. They were slowly turning into the zombies who would eventually turn into dust.
Yep.
So they were finding other survivors to try to come up with a
serum.
antidote. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Simple story.
That's the whole story.
I mean, that I guess that's simple. I don't know. It's not, to me, it wasn't simple done right.
I think what are you saying? Are you saying We had this conversation / argument about Repo Man. You said that's a simple story, but it's a convoluted story. There's like multiple fucking stories going on that aren't connected correctly.
That's how I kind of felt about this one, actually.
How
Disagree.
What do you mean?
This
Different
one's so
stories.
straightforward.
There's literally 2 storylines. There's the girls and there's the scientists, and that's it.
That's it.
I don't know. It just,
Oh, no,
it
that's
just
not
felt, It just kind of felt like it did have like a linear story because you're just following these characters the whole time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like nothing really ever, like anything that really happened never really felt very exciting.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
And I blame it on its PG-13 rating.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're bringing this up.
Oh, I didn't look
I
at the rating.
think
I didn't
you're
even.
gonna
I
go-
didn't even like look at that information when I watched
it has a PG-13 rating. So that's why it's not ultra violent.
I would argue that you don't see anybody really die. Do you? What?
Yes.
I mean, the guys in the car blow
guy-
up, but we don't see
the guy at the very
bodies shot.
beginning. The guy at the very beginning.
The scientist who gets shot by the other scientist.
Yeah.
The guy at the very beginning of the
You see like
movie
bullet
theater.
holes enter him.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
You see the zombie like chucking a chunk of meat after he's done eating the one dude.
Yeah. No, there is like don't
I
get
guess
me
you're
wrong.
right,
There
you're
is
right,
things in this movie that like
Well, that's kind of what Hal was saying. He said it's like Dawn of the Dead for teenagers. Like,
Yeah.
it's like Dawn of the Dead
I
without
don't
the
even
gore.
feel like I saw much zombies in this movie.
No, you don't.
But
You
this-
see the guy in the beginning.
it's not about that though.
I know, and I
cops.
guess that was kind of like I felt like it was
well,
moving directions.
Think about this though. Think about this. Like, actually go back and think about Dawn of the Dead. There's zombies in the beginning. There's like 30 minutes or so, or 40 minutes in the middle of the film where you don't see zombies, where they're just hanging out in the mall, and then there's zombies at the end. Like, you feel like that's a zombie movie, but there aren't zombies from start to finish.
Right, that's true.
Do you think that the plot of this movie centers more around, oh my God, there's these children, they might be attacked by zombies, or is it these kids having a great time in an empty ass town?
No, I think it's not that they're having a great ass time either. I think it's more about
I don't know. They have a shopping spree and go
Well,
on a
it's
dressing
not
montage.
even. So what? So what? So did
I'm just
so did
saying,
Dawn
there's
of
some
the Dead,
fun
but-
stuff
but-
going on.
But there's not just the you're focusing on the zombie element too much. That's not the
That's not-
only
yep.
form of terror in this movie. You have
about being
you
alone.
have the zombies, you have the being alone, and then you have scientists who you hope and you think is there to help you and save you, but they're really just capturing you to harvest you for blood. So they're fucked any way they go.
okay.
And that's like the terror. Like
And-
the zombies don't happen long enough, maybe, for it to be called a quote zombie movie.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as the zombie element is gone, the scientist element is introduced, and now they're facing a new terror.
I
which
never
is their
felt
own
any
people.
terror at any point from any characters in this movie. I never did. Like I never felt like those
and-
two girls were ever terrified about.
yes. You know why? And this is my favorite thing about this movie that I was going to talk about too. It's because in this movie, both of the females are strong female leads.
Yes.
They are not weak.
I would
not
say. I would
physically
say.
weak.
Yeah. I mean, but
Motivationally, I don't know. I would agree with that.
As
What?
far as what?
They're trying to get laid a lot, and they keep talking about like this world where they don't get laid. Why are they thinking about boys
because
in
they're
a time
teenage,
of danger?
everybody
they're
they know
teenage
is
girls.
dead.
Teenage girls.
and they're not afraid of. And that's the other thing too is these girls are different because they're not afraid of danger because they've had training, military training from their father.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but they
know that.
spend quite a bit of time arguing over who gets to bang Hector.
because they're the last two girls on Earth in their minds.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is,
and there's one guy left, and they're teenage girls.
that's not. I don't know. That's not a very strong
No.
female.
I didn't feel like they. I felt like they were kind of just like the older sister Reggie was the stronger one. The younger one she was just kind of looking out after her while she kind of bumbled her way through the situations.
No, neither of them are idiots, and both of them can defend themselves. They're not weak females
For sure, because what they say, the father was a special forces guy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're
kept saying
they're both smart and they're both thinkers. Like there's both.
They are. They
There's-
like even the little
Yes.
girl towards the end. She's like, I think it was. It's cool how strong and smart they are, but still maintain like a playful sense. Like the girl's in the elevator on her way down to break her sister out, and she's like singing humming some song and shit, and she's just kind of seems like really relaxed. And
Yeah.
she fucking moves in there like nothing.
And who's being the sexist one here? Women can't enjoy sex? Oh, so they're automatically weak females because they
Oh,
enjoy
I mean,
I
sex?
didn't say that.
They
I
really
just-
drove it
But
home
no,
with her
but-
being so
I
competitive
didn't
on the
say that.
arcade machine that she
It
was.
just
a
seemed
strong
like they were
female.
so. Hector shows up, and the first thing they find out is like, how can I fucking, who's gonna key up with this dude? Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it with this guy? It
Yeah.
just seems like a weird.
Because you're the last two girls on Earth. You want to know who they
And on
they're
top of that,
actually
you're
competing.
sisters.
They're actually competing with each other over Hector.
Can I ask a question? If there was a zombie apocalypse right now and we found one girl, are we all gonna argue who's gonna be banging her?
Probably.
Probably.
Okay,
Maybe.
if you I don't think
I
that's
got a
gonna
maybe
cross
from
my mind.
I got a maybe from
at
Chris
any point in
and
time.
a probably from Cody, and you're the only one who's taking the high road on that one. So
I would think I'd be more worried about how the fuck do I not get eaten by zombies.
well, if you're holed up in a mall that you feel like is very, very safe,
I said, I mean,
you let your guard down, you start relaxing,
I'm thinking how to-
you start trying to act like you're still in a normal world. It's a coping mechanism. You try to pretend like the world hasn't come to a fucking
I guess so.
collapse.
Like they do this, and I actually made a note about this where I was saying, like in 80s movies, like Terminator or something, there's always this weird random sex scene that occurs right in the middle of them being chased down by a murderous fucking robot.
That's a lot of 80s movies. That's very
right.
true.
And I feel like this does the same thing.
Highlander does it too.
I thought
Highlander does it like
He's like fucking while he's fighting.
I thought that the moment that her, Regina and Hector are sitting down for that first time and they're getting a little close, after Regina has been nothing but completely dismissive of this guy, not that he was like flirting with her in any way, but they sit down next to each other and they get like really uncomfortably close, like they're going to start having sex. And I thought that was going to happen. It didn't, but they ended up arguing about it on the roof. Like, why didn't you do it? Why didn't I do it? Why? Well, I want to do it. No, I want to do it. Well, why do you always got to steal all my men? Then it becomes this big argument about who gets to bang who.
I think it's and maybe that's a backstory we don't know about. Maybe
It's a
that
sister-
maybe that is a sister feud. Where
How
the
old is
sister,
that sister?
she's
I got it.
18.
16?
She's younger than
She's 18.
No.
The girl is 16 or 14.
16, and she
okay.
shows her tits through a bra in this movie, guys. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I'm going to guess that the actress was probably
Yeah, I'm gonna
not
guess
15.
Certainly, but playing a 16-year-old.
You got to get that PG-13 rating.
That was PG-13, showing boobs through like a sheer bra with nipples.
And I did think the same thing when it came up. I really did. I was like, ooh, that is kind of messed up because that girl's supposed to be playing like a younger girl.
Gotta love the 80s.
But that, I
No
was like
holds
kind of.
barred.
I did think that.
I didn't
I
think
did.
the actress was.
In all seriousness, no kidding aside, I did think like that's a little weird that they didn't show like her nipples through the like they did. She's basically you could see through her, like her. It's
And it was pretty senseless.
But-
That was just a dream sequence,
but then-
two of them in a row for
but
some reason.
but then also I
For some reason, you praised
I also
that
thought
during
about it.
during American
no, I
Werewolf in
didn't.
London.
No, I did not.
Oh my God!
I thought the Nazi wolves were cool, but I did not think it was that
The dream
necessary.
inside the dream is always is a fun.
This was
gotcha.
a triple dream, wasn't it? Triple
Yeah.
dream?
Was it triple?
a quadruple dream?
I think it was triple.
Did we get Inception-y?
Yeah, it went Inception on it actually. It Inceptioned the Inception. But no, okay. So, anyways,
I thought I saw top spinning, but you know.
going to why that was the longest answer for is this a cult film from one person ever. But no, like I think it's a cult film for me at least because it's fun. I have fun watching it.
I love how much
Like-
it embodies like the 80s and like
The lines,
the way
too.
they talk and everything. It's like a time capsule of the 80s. Just
You can
like
tell-
just like
The sex thing too has to do with daddy issues. Going back to this because I'm still stuck on this because it's driving me insane. Because there's some of the lines that she's like, this girl's like Regina's not weak, and like her lines, I think she's hard on herself, and her character is like, I don't know, like she's throwing it out there, man, like just on her own because she doesn't give a fuck. Like
that one go.
she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You mean she
I-
enjoys sex? What
Yes.
do you mean?
What's wrong with a woman
No,
enjoying
No,
sex?
I'm not saying anything. I'm asking if that's what I'm clarifying what he means.
No, I mean I don't think she.
I have
gives
absolutely
a,
nothing
yes.
wrong with women enjoying
I
sex
think
like, at all. Like,
I think she enjoys sex and she doesn't care about the stereotype of being a slut or whatever.
oh no, not absolutely
And
not.
I don't think her sister's that way either. So I think that they can argue over having sex with a guy. Well, I get your point of
I thought the sister was more like that. Samantha, right?
yeah, Samantha.
I thought Samantha. I was not talking about Regina. I was
Okay.
talking. You said they were both strong females,
I thought so.
and I was disagreeing with the Samantha one.
Well, Samantha's-
Regina could get away with it easily because she does just look like someone that enjoys sex.
Wow. Kaboom.
She's in control, man.
Yeah,
The sister. I don't know.
but Samantha, she's sitting there like, "Why do you always got to?" And then,
Well, dude, she's the
she's
young,
younger,
she's the
she's
younger
immature.
she's the younger sister. She's immature. She wants to be like her older sister. It's that sibling mentality. You want to do what your what your older siblings are doing. You want to be a part of that. You want to be in that group, that niche.
I
and
understand.
that's what she's doing.
I'm just disagreeing with
complains
the
about
strong
shooting-
female art.
Oh no, you
That's
can't.
all I'm.
You can't. She complains about shooting a Mac because it locks up, and she would rather have an Uzi because they don't.
That was a pretty fucking great line.
Yeah.
So, how many weak females shooting Uzis?
Yeah.
I
Say that, Mike. Tell us that.
I didn't buy it. I didn't believe it.
What?
It didn't make me think like, cool, fuck yeah. I don't know. I just
For someone who is
I thought this
out of
movie
any
would have
out
been
of
up your alley.
I
thought
know
you were gonna
he
love
is
this.
all about
I
the
wanted
strong
it to be.
female leads and
I
all
wanted
that
it to be.
shit, and
Just-
he hates it.
The opening scene, I thought he would.
I am. And you're right.
I thought he
I'm
would.
surprised myself actually.
I
I'm
thought
pretty
he would have been
surprised.
like fucking dying over. These are $9.50. The alien.
These are $9.50.
These are
Look at that.
$9.50.
It's got
And that
a
whole
spring.
guy's speech
I will say no.
to her as she's playing the video game in high heels, working, which I love.
The two things I love about this movie is the humor, for sure, and the lighting. Those are two things that I think were like my
The
favorite.
completely neon lighting
Yeah.
everywhere.
They just neon.
Yeah.
They have
everything.
neon everything.
I loved
Fantastic.
I loved the use of color. I don't think you can
That's
do
funny, I
every
actually-
movie like that, but
Just a fair warning to people who watch the movie: when you look away from the TV, everything will be green because of how red this movie is.
Yeah.
I
It's
noticed
very
that a few
red.
times. I looked away and it was just like I saw a green square of my TV around me.
And I want to go back to another thing you had. You know what? We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about another thing that Chris brought up that I don't like.
Great. See, this is the problem with these things. Daddy would have gotten us Uzis.
The car didn't know the difference.
Hey guys, we're back. We're talking about Night of the Comet, and let me tell Chris why he's wrong more. All right, Chris, so you said that it wasn't shot well, and I disagree so full-heartedly.
I don't think I said that. I don't think I
Yes,
said it.
yes,
No,
you
I
did.
didn't.
He said it was shot like Repo Man.
I thought he said it was not shot well.
I don't remember any
No,
of those.
I said the
conversations.
lighting was good and some of the shots were good. Like,
No, you
and
said the lighting
cinematography was good, and
No, you said
and the comedy.
You said you didn't say the cinematography
Or
was
the
good.
comedy. You
How
never
is
said
okay,
that.
What? Hold on. Time out.
He's lying.
Time out.
Lying.
So now, wait. You said the cinematography is good now, right? What else is good? The lighting's good, right?
Yeah. Comedy, he said.
The comedy's good, right?
Yeah.
So what's bad about this movie?
I think mostly it must be the way it's edited together because I felt very bored by it.
I'm so
Very,
baffled.
very bored.
Not. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you just were you into the characters at all?
No,
'Cause-
that was part of it. I just did, and I can kind of see maybe Kyle where you're coming from with like a Cecil B. Demented, where you say you just don't connect with any of the characters, so you don't care, and and it like takes you out of the movie. I was not connected to them in any way, really. I thought the casting was pretty poor in this movie.
Is it because you don't have a heart?
What?
Samantha was punched in the face by her stepmom. Has that never happened to
By
you?
the way, she gets over really
Yeah,
easily. Like that
yeah.
does not look like they do not stress on that. That goes nowhere dark.
Again, because she's a tough girl.
And probably because it's not the first time.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's
sure.
just normal, I
But,
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just parent abuse right there.
Hey,
Oh yeah. and then she goes.
step parent abuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she goes, but she gets hers. She turns into dust.
Yeah.
Damn her.
That's true.
Damn her straight to hell. That's what I say. Oh, because I thought you were complete. I'm gonna listen back to this, and if you did say you didn't like the way it's shot, and then you're coming back and saying you like the way it's shot,
I
then
guess
we all know
so,
you're lying
yeah.
and that you'll really like this movie.
We'll see.
I'm
We'll
going to
see.
be on Chris' side. I don't think I remember him saying that.
Okay,
he
that's
hated
fine.
The cinematography.
You don't. Okay, that's fine.
Whatever.
Anyways, because I love the way this movie's shot.
I do too.
They use so many camera tricks in this movie. It's ridiculous. It
Even
is
they-
ridiculous.
Yeah, even the for such a, I mean, it doesn't have a very big budget, but even the mats were fantastic.
The mats are great.
Yeah.
Most of the hallways in the scientist labs were all mats.
Yeah.
And then you take how they shot the city to make it look empty by shooting like the middle of buildings and like the top of buildings, but yet you still felt empty in the city, but they never showed you ground level. Going there like driving through the city or something like that. You just saw their facial reactions to a desolate city, and you literally saw mirrored buildings like halfway up to the top.
Yeah.
And that's where they shot it from. It was great because it made the city feel empty and like there wasn't, and you could do it on a cheap budget that way.
Exactly. You don't have to clear a street.
You're
out.
not clearing streets. And they did a lot of that with like a lot of the streets. You could tell it was like, okay, like where the cop car, where they're sitting on the cop car, that city behind them is all fake.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
As a mat.
Yeah.
Great mat.
Yeah.
Fantastic mat. Like the way they shot this movie, bravo. That's me. I don't know. I thought it was great.
Well, they did the most what they could with their budget, and I think that they I mean, I don't know. I guess the story just wasn't strong enough for me to like. I actually didn't think it was even $3 million to make this movie. I thought it was maybe like $1 million at most.
I mean, they could have done it cheap, and they did, and I think it worked. I mean, I think they could have done it for less money. I'm not sure where I'm really not sure where that $3 million went because I think I really do. I think they could have done it for less money.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's I think also the brilliance of it. Like it was just, I don't know, and I like the visuals of it too. Like
I do too. I've always been a huge fan of any kind of like post-apocalyptic films. I always find myself so intrigued by the concept of like void of human life, cities that are just there's no activity. It just really
it's eerie to me.
It is. It's eerie and it intrigues me and it excites my imagination. And this movie does it, and it gives you a lot of that.
And dude, that the what do you call it? The radio station. Sorry, wow, that took me a minute. The radio station alone has so much character to it.
What a funny radio station!
I thought it was half porn house, half.
It looked like
there's
the
a couch
inside
next to the DJ booth
of a strip club is what it looked like. It looked like a gutted out strip club, and they just put some turntables on.
Totally, yeah.
It did have that vibe.
Yeah.
A lot of neon, happening in there.
And everything was dark. Weren't there lights? There were no lights anywhere.
There was neon lights.
Yes,
neon lights.
those are the only lights. But those don't give off a lot of light.
You got like
they don't put them in strip clubs for no reason.
When you have as many as you had in that radio station, it'd probably be pretty.
Yeah,
bright.
but I feel like even the scientist lab is dark as hell.
Well,
like it's just,
I think that's
very
you know,
dark.
Mike, where were the lights in Lopan's lair? It was all neon lit. It's all neon.
Isn't it really bright?
Yeah, it's all neon lit.
I think they use the darkness though. I think they use the darkness to hide a lot of things like the mats and stuff like that, so you can't see it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they use the shadows to their advantage. Honestly, like I said, the lighting in this movie and the way it's shot is done very well. It's like whoever. I can't remember the name of the cinematographer, but the way they shot it, like bravo, because I think it was shot well.
I think so too.
Me.
I think so too. Technically, it was fantastic for how much money they had.
Let's go around and let's see. Does anyone have a favorite character or anything else they want to say about the movie?
I have a favorite character.
I'm not ending it. I'm just wondering.
What the fuck?
I'm just wondering if we have any more beefs to get out.
Chris has a favorite character.
Go for it.
I don't. I barely remember anybody's name in this movie, but the guy when they're in the shopping mall or in the department store,
you would.
The guy who's like,
you would.
Like, I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck. And like, it's just holding everybody up. And that was my favorite character for sure.
That would be your favorite character. Why didn't I just pinpoint that right away? Yeah. Should have just gone, hey, the crazy guy that gets killed is Chris's favorite. Duh. Mike, who's your favorite character?
Regina.
Why?
Just dead.
Why? I don't know. She's really fun. Like, that's for sure. Like, I liked... Oh god, there's a lot of like funny things about her, like quirks that I liked about her. Like she calls that guy a nerd, the first guy she sleeps with. She calls him a nerd.
Yeah.
And it just shows you how much the term nerd has changed over the years because she's just like, you nerd, that's not what Superman's all about. And then she goes and details exactly what Superman's
about.
Yeah, about. And I'm like, well, wouldn't that make you the nerd? I guess that word means something else in the 80s. Mm-hmm. I liked her. I liked that she was like a gamer. She's sitting there and spends most of her time gaming. Yeah. She seemed like the type of like, how old she's supposed to be? Like 20?
She's 18.
She's 18?
Yep.
Okay,
she says
never
it
mind.
in the movie.
I was going to say
she looked way older
like
than 18.
That 20-year-old that hasn't really figured it out kind of thing and just has fun not having it figured out.
She's 18.
Yeah. So never mind. That goes that theory out the window. But I still like her. Yeah.
And to address the age of women in this movie, because I feel like maybe that might be an issue some people are hung up on. I don't know. but like them being 18 and like 16 or 15, somewhere in that range. You gotta think this movie is exactly made for teenagers.
Oh yeah,
and it's PG-13, so it's made for them. So when you're like, oh, the nip slip, that's made for.
Where's there a nip slip?
There's nip slips in
when she takes
Samantha.
when Sam takes her shirt off
that's
her
for
sheer bra.
That's for all us. That's for all of us creepy 14-year-old boys.
Yeah.
No, that's what it's for. Yeah. I think.
See, one thing I will disagree
sex sells, dude, and this movie. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It
Isn't this movie genred as a teenage horror comedy?
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like I would change my mind about your combination. I wouldn't say it's Dawn of the Dead meets Buffy. I feel like it's Dawn of the Dead meets Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, okay.
That's what all those kids feel like to me. Like, oh my god, like there's no adults anymore. Let's party it up a little bit and kind of have a good time and go to the mall and try on clothes.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
they
feel
weren't.
like
They weren't.
there's a lot of that.
You can't. Yeah, they weren't. They weren't that excited about it at first, though. You gotta remember that. Like they were like really shocked and taken back that there's no one else left, and it took them a while to deal with that.
No
Except
doubt.
for Samantha just didn't realize what was going on for like the longest time too.
I think
she didn't
denial.
she didn't want to believe what was going on.
Again, she's young and she's more immature. She can't handle that kind of shock, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say my favorite character is also Regina. Like, she's a good character, man. She's a strong female lead. I love strong female leads. She kicks ass in this movie. She's really never apologetic in this movie.
Yeah.
No.
And she's always just like, trouble doesn't bother her in it. And I don't know. That's what I like about her character.
She's very well prepared.
She's always playing it cool.
But,
like,
always
with the
playing it cool.
Can I just say,
I agree with that,
they're
too.
both for two kids that were trained by a special forces person. They are horrible at survival.
Why?
They live in a zombie-infested world where things could be anywhere and trying to attack them, and they're shooting cars when they're sitting on top of the police car. Why are the lights on? Why are they drawing attention to each other?
Time out.
Why is music so loud wherever they go?
Because they're still
they always have a boombox.
Because they're still teenagers and they're having fun.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too that you need to think about, and I think that this is where kind of Chris got a disconnect, and maybe you missed the point on this one. There is not a ton of zombies running around.
How do they know that?
Because they only ran into a few.
And there's dust everywhere. Of
I
everybody
guess,
else.
but I'm still not trying to draw attention to myself. Like, okay, there are killer zombies out here, but hey, Why are the lights on in the police car? Why? Like, what reason other than
if I had a police car at my disposal, like first thing I'd probably fucking do is turn the lights on.
Do you not even care about the art of filmmaking anymore, Michael? Is that what it is?
Why are you trying to put logic into it?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Because
it's a night of Comet.
Logic has to be applied in a survival horror. Well, not horror, but somewhat of a horror.
You guys are. I feel like everyone's.
I felt like Hector was a weird choice.
Hector?
Yeah,
he's a strange character.
He felt like he was a strange choice for that character.
He seems way too old to be.
They all seem way too old to be any of this.
No, I disagree. The girls seem appropriately cast,
Hector,
but he seems like wow.
He seems like he seems like they are trying to go for like a young 20, but he's coming off like a 30,
like a high 30.
Yeah,
yeah, he's up there.
Damn, he's damn near dead.
Yeah,
but going back to the reality of it, he's the only one that does what I felt would be the most realistic thing to do. Would be, okay, everybody might be dead, but I got to make sure that my parents are dead. The kids,
they go home.
Yeah, but what about? Don't they have a father? They have a father.
Yeah, but
they make no
he's
attempt.
overseas.
He's overseas.
Oh, so they don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They're like, I hope he survived in whatever jungle he's in that they say that he's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Green Beret. He's in what is the stepmom say? Banana Land? Some shit like some banana jungle
He's
or
like
something.
in Cuba. Like, where is he? Fighting the commies.
Kyle, did we get your favorite character yet?
No, but I'm going to agree with you guys. It's definitely Regina. She's such a strong, motivated character. I think she's cool. She's like cool as shit. You know, I like the fact that she's into video games, but she can handle herself too. Like, she knows about guns. She's had training. Like, she's fucking cool. She's a strong, awesome character.
She's American. That's what she is.
Chris, why do you hate America?
She's not my favorite character.
Why
That's
do you
for
hate-
sure.
Why do you hate America?
Who's your least favorite character?
The female scientist.
Yeah, She's got a weird
fucking
face.
God awful.
Yeah, I
She's
can't.
got a weird
God
face.
awful character.
Hard to get me into her face. She has like a no.
by design.
No, I don't mean that as like a sexist thing. She just has a caveman face. She has the face of a
Stop.
caveman.
You can't say that.
What?
What's her name? At least say what her name is so everybody can go look her up.
I can't say she has the face of a caveman.
Okay,
That's
so
wrong.
so Cody's gonna say she has a face of a caveman, and we're gonna draw more attention to this by telling our listeners where we can find her.
Yes, exactly.
Hashtag caveman face.
Why is that wrong? Is that wrong?
I
Why
don't
is that
think
wrong?
it's wrong. You have an opinion.
I have an opinion.
She has a very burly face.
She has
I don't know.
Burly.
I thought she was a bad actress.
that too.
Yeah.
But okay, when you're in the movies, sorry, you're judged off your looks sometimes. It happens.
Oh my God, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I thought she was a bad actress.
You gave me faces.
I don't know that I would
She
say
was
she
a bad actress and she had a caveman face.
Jesus. Dude.
What?
No, I think it's hilarious.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, you know, whatever.
Why are we harping on it?
I will say this.
Because Mike
Because
keeps
Mike
it
made a
going.
look.
Mike keeps it going.
I am going to keep it going. What the hell was her motivation?
Well, she was upset because she was I think she was pretty much cool with it until she saw kids and was like, "That's not cool. We're not."
Yeah,
gonna kill
she
kids."
was not. I don't think she was actually keen on from the get go. She said, "I don't think this is a very good idea. I want to voice my opinion."
Oh yeah.
So
right.
right from the get go, she thought harvesting survivors just for their blood was a terrible idea
Because it was their mistake. She knew it was their mistake.
So
that they
she
left
was
the doors open.
so ethics essentially.
It was her yeah.
She had ethics. So she was basically like, look, we left the vents open. We're gonna die, and that's our fucking problem.
Exactly.
But there's no way we're gonna. No, I agree. Because once she sees the kids, there's that weird close up of
Where
that
she pulls that
girl.
She pulls the main scientist dude, the head scientist dude away, and was like yelling at him. They have like a match back and forth, and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, she doesn't want to kill kids.
Well, yeah. Why? I mean, why? It's the end of the world. You're infected. You know you're going to die. She knows it because she's doing the research. She can already tell she's starting to go because of memory loss, and all the scientists were showing signs of memory loss and stuff. So
What's so weird about it though is I don't understand why they had to kill the kids. But I mean, I guess it's
because they
it
were
makes the
they
movie
were
scary.
holding on to some shred of hope that they would be able to cure themselves. It was self-preservation.
Right,
That's
right.
it.
But why do the kids have to? If
Ready
you
for
just
this
need
one?
blood, like how much blood do you need out of somebody?
Well, they said an
a lot.
ungodly amount, like
Yeah.
300 cc's.
They said
I mean,
wow.
you're making serum for how many people are in that fucking place.
Here's my thing, though, too. You know what? Here's my fan theory. I have a fan theory on this one.
Hell yeah.
And I honestly believe that Samantha has the cure for whatever it is.
Oh, like she's like
Because she
like
has
her
the-
blood has the cure.
She has the rash but never turns. And they try to explain the rash as, oh, I get nervous, blah, 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 blah. But she has the rash and never turns.
Well, I like to know.
Oh, I like
so
that.
I
theory.
actually believe that
she was the key to survival.
She was the key to survival, and that the lady scientist actually, in her pursuit of morals, killed a lot of people.
Okay, well, this leads me to a plot hole that I have a problem with.
Okay.
Which is, okay, so the scientists screwed themselves because they left the vents open.
yes, and
right?
The fans going.
Why really are these other people not infected? One he's asleep in a truck. Why?
I'm sorry, not Samantha.
Surrounded by steel or
steel,
something?
yeah, steel.
Yeah.
It couldn't penetrate steel, so they didn't get affected because they fell asleep in the projector booth. Because
but why would that be vented off from?
Because
says-
because he actually makes a point. Says Superman can't see this because it's solid steel
Okay.
all around us.
Samantha falls asleep in a shed,
Yeah.
right? What
It's a steel shed.
I mean, was it airproof? You can't like fall asleep in an airproof shed,
No,
right?
it was the light.
What?
You ever been in it was the light that turned them into...
No, then then the vents would make no difference then.
No, it was like the dust from the comic
Yeah.
coming down.
So she falls asleep
That's
in a
why
shed.
at the end all the plants are covered in that red stuff that's getting washed
Well,
away.
just shut up, Mike. It's a movie.
Oh God, let's not talk
No,
about
no.
serious shit.
No,
about a film.
I like
The
where
review show, for
Mike
Christ's
I
sakes.
like where Mike's going with that, and that's why they said that she looked like she was infected, but she survived.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to his fan theory, that's because she has the cure in her blood. He didn't
could
get it
be.
because the one guy didn't get it because he fell asleep in his truck. It's all steel
With the
surrounded by-
mysterious woman who like disappears, right? Did they ever explain what happened to the girl that he claims he was with?
No, I don't.
Oh yes.
He does?
She ran off when they got attacked.
She ran off when they got attacked by zombies.
Oh, okay.
She booked
All right,
it.
so she wasn't infected either.
Let me ask this question. He disappears for like 20 minutes of film, reappears in a convertible dressed as Santa Claus.
Yes. Thanks for asking.
Again,
what the hell?
I feel like that was a director choice with this would be fun.
I think
like,
so too.
I don't think it has any motivation or reason.
Last time we see him,
it is Christmas.
Last time we see him,
it is Christmas.
He pulls
It
up.
is.
Now think about this. Last time we see him, he pulls up in his truck, gets out, goes into his parents' house, finds a zombie kid.
I get it now.
Runs away from his truck down the street.
Okay.
So he's basically on foot for the next 30 minutes of
Right.
the film, and then appears in a convertible.
Well, he probably stopped at a costume
no,
shop and he got a Santa
I mean,
costume.
I get it now though, like because he's in that convertible is like a big red sleigh, right? It's Santa's sleigh.
Oh,
okay.
It's red. It's a big red sleigh.
He comes bearing gifts.
Santa's sleigh
and he
red?
comes bearing gifts. He's Santa.
Again, you're saying
And
that
it's
you're
around
saying-
Christmas time.
You're saying that
That's what it is.
You're saying that
Seems
the
so out of
girls have
place.
terrible survival instincts, and the guy at least.
Oh, I didn't say
had-
that he didn't have.
I was gonna
like,
say he stopped to
included.
wrap gifts, man.
Yeah.
he stopped to wrap gifts.
I think everybody. I think survival is not even the main motivation of anybody in this film.
No.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think it's just fun.
yeah.
I clearly
just puts it in
has
a
to
fun-
be. You
in a
have
fun
to look at it
environment.
through that lens, or else this film makes no goddamn sense.
Anyhow,
Well, I guess that one's silent on that one. Dead on that.
Just hate comets. Is that what it is?
I do hate comets.
Mike, why do you hate the universe?
I hate Haley's Comet. I hate.
Hail Bop.
Yeah.
Hail Bop.
So, what characters then were like the weakest characters?
Well, I think we already covered that. The scientist lady was.
Yeah, I really
definitely-
think she was a-
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know, who gives a shit? Even the
But I
the
think-
guy whose name it just keeps escaping.
But see,
me.
I almost-
he had a funny name.
I-
Hector. That's how she said
What
it.
the
Yeah, I
fuck
love
does
it.
that mean?
Hector.
I almost disagree with you in a way because if you put my fan theory into place, the female doctor, I think it was Dr. White.
We're not going to
Yes,
base
it
this
is. It's
review off
definitely
your
Dr. White.
fan
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Remember the.
No, but if you base it off my fan theory, she's actually very important to the movie because she literally stopped.
She does keep Sam alive.
But she also stopped hundreds of people from getting a cure and being able to repopulate the earth and start over again.
I don't like your fan theory at all. That's just ruining this review.
No, it gets deep.
I mean, it's gone when the dust is gone. That's why the water washes away the dust, so we don't have any fear anymore
Until it gets
of
into our
anybody
water
getting infected.
systems.
Yeah, I did think that as I was rushing. I'm like, oh, cool, it's in the water supply now.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
are we
right.
gonna do now?
Right.
Hope there's enough
water.
prepackaged
Did everybody?
water.
All right, let's talk about the end real quick because I want to jump there. Did everybody put the end license plate together?
Yes. Yes.
Loved it.
I'm so glad someone noticed that.
Loved it.
Say it so I.
Yeah.
No,
what?
You didn't catch that?
No, I didn't.
DMK.
DMK.
DMK was number 6 in the video game machine.
Oh,
And DMK was the last
shit.
place. It was Dennis Marcus something.
Yeah.
That was the kid.
Right,
Cool.
right,
I
right.
like that.
I like
Wow,
how
I didn't catch that.
let's talk about that. That was just added in there as like a fun. Hey, here's
Yeah.
a nod to the beginning. How in the hell did he get a license plate made with DMK in this post-apocalyptic world? Where
You can
he
make
owned-
it yourself, bro. He went to the prison.
He says got
he went to the
23 of
prison
them,
and
or
started
27.
stamping out some fucking
Yeah.
No,
license
I
plates.
got the impression that he was some kind of rich kid or something.
I didn't. I got the impression like he's just having fun with the fact that there's no one left in the world, and he's just
He
enjoying
would,
himself.
yeah, because
But how did he get a DMK license plate?
he's DMK, dude.
Maybe he had it before the outbreak.
I'm gonna
I
sign
loved it.
off as DMK
I
in all
love-
arcades.
I
from
love
now
that
on.
because I love it because obviously people didn't catch it.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know, people didn't catch it, so that's why I think it's probably thrown in there as like a Easter egg. That's an Easter egg before Easter eggs even existed in 1984. It happened.
Yeah,
Before
The first
Easter eggs
Easter
ever
egg.
existed.
first Easter egg ever. DMK.
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 Calling it.
DMK.
Now it's a cult film because of that, Chris. First
Yeah.
Easter egg ever.
We got to say that.
Is that the first one ever?
No, I have no
Okay.
idea. I have no idea whatsoever. Anybody got a favorite quote?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have a favorite quote.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right, here I go, guys. When Hector, he's fighting off the kid, and the kid comes at the door, he goes, what does he say? He says exactly, Get out of here, kid. We don't want any. As if he was selling like Boy Scout cookies or Girl Scout cookies or something.
Get out
like
of here, kid.
selling
We don't
something.
want any.
What
Like,
was
He
that?
just wants to kill you.
What was that voice?
What accent was that?
Yeah, you liked it.
That was fucking
Hey, we're keeping up with the theme of the,
You
with the
liked it.
podcast. We don't do good
That wasn't even
impressions
close.
on this show.
That wasn't even close. That was like an Irish Jamaican or something.
I did hear a little Jamaican come out in that.
Oh my god.
My favorite line, hands.
Is that how you thought he sounded the whole movie?
I don't know. He
I'll wait till you're done.
sound retarded.
Go ahead, Cody.
My favorite line, hands down, had to be after her and Larry had relations in the projector room, and she's like, "What? You're not even gonna get me an egg McMuffin or nothing?" Love that line. So good. I can't wait to have sex again with my wife so I can say that to her right when we're done.
You saving that one.
Yeah. What? I'm not gonna get an egg McMuffin or nothing, babe. Love it. So good.
I think I already said mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was yours?
I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
And he's such a nerd. He's
Damn it!
such a nerd.
Can I go back to something now that
Yeah.
you bring that up? So definitely one of those guys was a zombie, right? The main dude, he was infected.
They were all infected.
They're all infected. See, what is this? Well, I wonder how this infection works. Is it like?
It basically deteriorates your body and you turn into dust.
Well, yeah, but things
Why
are
are you
going
eating
right.
people?
Like they're losing memories. The scientists go into more detail about like these symptoms that happen. Is fucking anger one of them? Is like
Yeah, I think so.
total destruction?
Well, no, think about this. If you lost your memories, you would be functioning on motor skills. So you'd be functioning on primal instinct.
So you think it's
You
the
would
more
you would naturally get more violent.
maybe so that maybe like this this comet has make you lose your humanity to some extent.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Absolutely.
I'm just wondering why. I guess so. You're right. 'cause
That
the
kind of
doctors
that's
don't
kind
give
of
a shit
that's
about
kind of
ethics
what's
at some
happening
point.
with like the virus in like 28 days later. It basically wipes out your humanity and you're just on primal instinct and you're just violent and angry. You know, it's the same kind of thing. Can I say my favorite quote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
It's Samantha. She says to her stepmom, "It's you were born with an asshole, Doris. You don't need Chuck."
That was so good.
Fucking good.
So good. Love that
I
movie.
can't wait to use that in some argument.
Yep. I'm going to use it too. I'm going to use it too. All right, guys. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, you know what? I think we're just going to say how we feel about the film and rate it.
I'm sorry, miss. I can't have you holding one of my people hostage.
Even if you pull the trigger, I can still take him out. And you.
Come on, Willie. She means it.
Miss, you're not getting the point. I can't have you holding one of my people hostage.
You're crazy!
I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck.
Hey, guys. We're back. And we are talking about Night of the Comet. So anybody else have anything else they'd like to say about the film before we go into our ratings for it?
It's a fun movie.
I think it's a great movie, too. I think it's very fun. Chris, over the break, you brought up the hit line. At least they could hang that one up. All right. That's from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. If you haven't watched that podcast or listened to that podcast, go ahead and listen to that podcast.
It's true.
They can't hang up the phone when they call into that radio station.
Yeah. I feel like it could be a lot better. And I feel like I could see this movie
is
being
he doing
remade.
his review now? Did
You
I
know-
miss that?
Just say my last final thoughts.
I'm surprised this movie hasn't been remade, honestly. Shocked by that.
I am too. I think it's a movie that could easily be remade.
There was
What?
another Easter egg, guys.
What?
There was another Easter egg in this film.
What's that?
I don't know if anybody knows. When she's walking down the alley for the first time, she comes in contact with that zombie. One of the trash cans says "trauma" right on the top of it.
Nice.
What?
Yep.
I'll have to rewatch that.
I did not see that.
I
That's
caught it, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Pretty
gonna have to
cool.
rewatch that and see if that's true.
All right. That's
All right, so let's start out with the person who obviously loved the movie the most, myself. And I will say that
Are we rating it?
Yeah, why not?
How are we rating it?
We're going to rate it with what are we rating it with?
DMKs.
DMKs.
It's like how you asked the question and then answered it.
I asked him, then he asked.
Goddamn host, Cody.
I know, I forgot already. DMKs.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago, but that's cool. You know,
Yeah, no,
whatever.
I don't know, whatever. So DMKs is what we're gonna rate it. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's fun. I connected to the characters. Maybe it's because I was raised by just strong females in my life, Chris. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's a really fun movie. I love the dialogue. It's very Valley Girlish meets Dawn of the Dead kind of story, which I love the mixture of the two, mixed with 80s just neon.
And the music too.
Yeah, dude, it's like the
terrible.
It's like the perfect throw up a movie. I don't know. I'm gonna give Night of the Comet 4 DMKs.
Nice.
4 DMKs.
Cool.
Mike, I'm interested to hear how many DMKs you would like to give it.
Okay, well, contrary to the arguments that we're having tonight, I actually did not hate this film at all. Like, I had some problems with some of the characters. I definitely had a problem with the script a little bit, but I can get around that. For Christ's sakes, we're doing cult films, we're doing B movies. You know, you're going to have to get used to that. I did feel it was very fun. You're right. And I did feel it was like that, had that teen feel, and I loved how 80s it was. So with that in mind, and the faults, I'm going to give this 3 DMKs.
3 DMKs for Mike. 3 DMKs for Mike. You know what? We're going to go with Kyle next.
Saving the best for last.
So we all know how good this movie is. And then we'll let the turd go. But go ahead, Kyle. You go.
No, I just echoing everything Mike just said. This is a really fun movie. I think the storyline is, it's cool. It's got that post-apocalyptic vibe, but it's still fun. It's still funny. There's comedy happening. These girls I think they're awesome characters. I think they're fun. They're strong. I think the movie was shot wonderfully for the budget they had. I thought they were able to paint a really cool picture with the film. It really sparked the imagination. So, I didn't know how I was going to like the movie when I picked it, because I don't remember the last time I watched it. I don't remember actually watching it last time I watched it. So that being said, I'm actually going to give this 4 DMKs. I think it's a must-watch.
4 DMKs, a must-watch from Kyle. Next, we're going to go to the little turd on the couch.
I was a big turd last time.
Well, now you're little.
Chris, just give it 5 DMKs to spite the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you don't.
He's like, I loved it, actually. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't know.
Sorry I called you names.
I went into this movie with a positive attitude, and I wanted to watch it. I heard good things about it from a lot of people. I did not know that it was a PG-13 film. So going into it, I maybe expected a little bit more from it, a little bit more edgy.
You thought it was an R?
I didn't have any assumption of what the rating was, but I didn't get everything I wanted from it. I felt like some of it was kind of sloppy. I did like the lighting. I didn't connect to the characters at all. The editing was kind of not my favorite, but the cinematography was good. So, I'm kind of torn. I feel like maybe I could watch it again, but I'm not really in a hurry to see it again. So I'm going to give it 2.
2
DMKs.
K's from Chris, and that's why he's wrong.
Jesus.
Anyways, no, I'm kidding, guys. Yeah, you might not like the movie. You might. Let us know on our Facebook. You can find us on Facebook.
What a great pitch.
Yeah, just look us Cult Film Review on Facebook. Facebook. Like us on Facebook.
I bet they're all rushing out right now.
When you're done with Facebook and liking Cult Film and Review on Facebook, what I want you to do is go to cultfilm_review at Twitter. And you know what? Follow us there.
And when you're done with that, go to iTunes. And rate us 5 stars.
Please. Because we
leave a comment.
Feel so bad about ourselves that we need these to make us feel better. So please, do this for us.
And tell us what movies you want us to review.
Please.
We want to know, because we can't think of all of them all the time.
We are not that smart, and we're not that good at film.
People in Australia that are listening to us, I know you're listening.
I can see.
I
the
can
IP
see that you're
address.
listening. Tell us what movie you want.
The heat is really affecting this show.
It's really bad, dude. It's so hot in here. I feel like I'm demanding.
My
things
shirt is
now.
like slipping off my body.
It's bad. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's really bad. I'm like beads
terrible.
of sweat, okay, are just pouring down my head.
Oh, don't worry. The audience knows.
It's bad. It's bad. They can sense.
Just pictures sitting in.
I have the biggest
a hot,
swamp ass
terrible
ever
room.
too. I have swamp.
That's 110 degrees.
Yes, it's
and there's
probably
4
110
people
degrees in here.
talking angrily in it.
I'm waiting for some dragonflies to fly in here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Some frogs.
Goddamn alligator just went floating by.
People in Ireland. I know.
Fuck up, Cody.
Damn it.
Just kidding, guys. Join us next week. See you then.